Listener, are you up all night tossing and turning, filled with anxiety and regret? Normally I would be, but you know that I'm sleeping on a Helix mattress, and you can too for $200 off at helixsleep.com/gaysex. Take their mattress quiz, get the perfect mattress for you, and I'll have more on my invasive thoughts that Helix Sleep is keeping at bay later in the episode. But for now, go get $200 off your mattress and your free 2 pillows at helixsleep.com/gaysex.
So I've been trying to do one about DP because it's a really popular topic of like, do your anal muscles do the same thing as vaginal muscles while you're having an
DP?
Double penetration.
Double penetration. Wow, I feel like such a fucking loser. Head of engineering here is like, DP, let's talk about it. And I'm like, director of photography.
Okay, I've heard that one recently because someone's like, oh, he's a DP. And I was like in porn?
He only works in double penetration.
He's like, I don't do back door. I'm the front door. My friend Joey, he's the back door.
We work together. We have a partnership. Don't try and split us up. Don't try and tear us apart. Hello, little friends. Another amazing episode with editing sponsored by Cool Hand Movers. Cool Hand Movers, great local moving company in New York City. Check them out on Instagram, coolhandmovers.com. They're giving you guys 10% off if you are a WHGS listener. And they are also matching Patreon donations and taking that money and donating it to the Queer Detainee Empowerment Project, which is an incredible project. QDEP.org, go find out about it. But basically, they help queer people leaving immigration detention centers get their lives together and give them all the tools that they need to succeed. Super cool organization. And yeah, let's raise that money. Let's go and donate to the Patreon. You're paying for an editor, a producer, a new editing computer, and you're also getting legal services, health services, and emotional support to those queer folks in need at a critical time in their life. Patreon.com/WHGS. And yeah. Fun. Well, what a fun. I am pulling up my sex notes as here we go. Please don't read this out loud. These are the real names. Okay, Kate knows everyone I've had sex with.
I can see it in the mirror. I'm just kidding.
Could you see it in my eyeballs as they widened at the list?
She's like, wait, that name is really long. Can you just finish the last syllable of that one?
Scan your eyes from left to right.
Oh my gosh. Wow, what a fun start already. We are in the apartment. We're having gay sex. We're having gay sex with our first ever scientist today. Now, I have fucked some scientists in real life. I just want the people to know that I have fucked my fair share of scientists. I think I fucked... Okay, maybe I've only fucked one scientist.
Ooh, for all the years you spent in the computer science world, you only had sex with one.
That's actually a fair criticism. I PhD computer science, data science, roboticist.
Nerdy.
Yeah, so super nerdy. Yeah. Anyway, shout out if you're listening. Hope you're not, because that was a super detailed description. Anyone that I went to college would figure that shit out. But our first scientist on this show, the second scientist that I've had gay sex with.
Yes.
The co-founder and head of engineering at Lioness Health. Am I saying that right?
Yes.
They make sex toys. Huge on TikTok for the incredible research that they've done around orgasms with their sex toys.
Oh, yeah.
You've seen her on TikTok. We have Anna Lee here today. Thank you so much for being here.
Oh, thanks for having me. I'm so excited.
I like your background. Is that your office?
This is just the home office. It's just this corner.
Oh, nice.
It's literally boxes and trash on this side, but it looks nice right here.
Yeah,
It
and
looks beautiful right here.
You've got a rainbow arrangement of your
Yeah,
books
of
there.
books I don't actually read, but look nice on the shelf.
Are they? Let's nerd out for a second. What language is the Lioness code written in?
Oh, I have no idea.
There we go. More women in STEM, everybody. Okay, Anna, tell me what language the men keep talking about by the water cooler.
We only have one dude on our team, but so there we have all the software engineers do their software engineering things. But
Wait, sorry. Are they a software engineer, the one dude on the team?
so he's one of my co-founders, but he does a lot of the software engineering. But we have the software engineering lead and another person on software they're both women. They're incredible people, but I don't know what they talk about. I'm in their meetings a lot, and I just sit there and I just organize when things are going to get done by.
You got through Berkeley mechanical engineering without learning how to code?
I only learned MATLAB. Have you ever done MATLAB?
Yeah, and that fucking blows. And all of the listeners just turned off the episode, so we're going to move away.
I thought it was so cool. I learned like for loops and like things like that. But yeah, I didn't touch coding. I wish I did, because I think it would have probably been a much more lucrative money-making job, but I chose the one that doesn't make money.
Well, you've got to be doing okay. You've at least got venture capital. What is that like going into those? Because I have a bunch of jokes about how, or I'm working on a bunch of jokes about how only in an industry so totally dominated by men could a company like WeWork or Uber just keep being like, hey, we've lost all your money,
but let's put more money
but
into
the
it.
thing is, if we had more of it, we would then make money. Can you imagine a woman walking into a venture capital meeting like that and basically doing, there's no way. Right?
I feel the same. There's a hardware company a long time ago it was for juice. Like, it sends you a juice packet, then you put the juice packet, and then it makes juice. It doesn't make any sense. And it got so much money and funding, and then it's no longer a business. And I'm always just like, this is just a terrible idea. And the fact that they got so much money for it.
Wait, I don't understand. What do they send you juice? And
it was like they send you basically like a Capri Sun and a machine that just pops the Capri Sun into a glass.
Yes.
But it has to be connected to Wi-Fi for some reason.
I didn't understand it, but they got so much money to make it.
And here we are trying to explain to men what a clit is and the female orgasm, and they're like, I don't see any money in this.
Yeah, they're like, it's not for the entire population. They always tell us it's like a niche population. And we're like,
are you serious?
Yes, it's really common, because they're like, well, when are you going to make products for men?
I want to know,
when are you going to make it for men?
Because you know that men have so much trouble coming.
That's what I'm saying. Every time we do statistics on female sexual dysfunction versus erectile dysfunction, they're like, no, but my wife doesn't have it. And I'm like, your wife for sure is lying to you. I don't know.
You're like, I have never been more confident in a woman not having an orgasm than your wife right now.
Being like, oh, my wife doesn't use vibrators. I'm like, yeah, I guess what she's doing right now at home alone. But yeah, I feel it.
That is,
you're selling your product as like, hey, if your wife had one of these, maybe she wouldn't have long nights at the gym. Just getting funding by just eroding the confidence of everyone in the room.
But yeah, you just need to come up with a list of activities that women tell their husbands that they're doing.
That's true. I should write a little note, a letter, and be like, can you give this to your wife later? And then just being like, here are more options.
And then the wife is like, you have to invest in this company.
Maybe
you gotta go to the wives.
Better route. That's the better route, honestly.
We're so glad to have you here. Just tell us the cliff notes, because we're going to get into, also listeners, this is not a sponsored episode. I want you to know that. We got Anna because my sister was sending me all of Anna's TikToks. She loves you. She's fully obsessed with you.
Thank you. Shout out.
Yes, shout out Greer. She never listens because it makes her sick.
My brother doesn't follow my TikTok, I think, for the exact reason.
Yeah,
fair.
And I had to tell my mom to stop listening, which is on a whole other level. but you guys make a sex toy that keeps data on your orgasms.
Yeah.
I mean, you can do the pitch better.
Okay, so Lioness is the world's first biofeedback vibrator. What we're tracking is pelvic floor movement. So whether it's vaginal muscles or anal muscles, the way it involuntary squeeze and relaxes is a really good indicator for arousal and orgasms. So when you use it and then you pair it to your phone, you're able to actually see your orgasm data, and you'll see that data change whether you've had lack of sleep, CBD, THC, different medications, stress, like all of that will change it. So you're just trying to figure out what works for you and what doesn't and what changes over time.
Yeah. And so if you're struggling having an orgasm, this is a great way to get feedback on what's working for you. I imagine, especially if you kind of get in your head during sex and it's hard for you to kind of do that for yourself, I would think this is like a kind of a helpful little buddy that can keep track for you.
Yeah, because I think that's like the biggest thing is sex therapists will tell you to like keep a journal, but I don't know how often I like will masturbate or have sex and like be like, dear diary, this at 7 p.m. I had an orgasm and it was really good.
My problem is that my journal just keeps falling apart from all the moisture.
Oh my God.
I just can't keep a journal.
Yeah, I don't even write in my masturbation journal. I just put a handprint
Yeah, that's
and I say, must have been good.
or like a thumbs up print, like really like that one.
Oh man, that was a weird appointment at the Apple store when I was trying to explain to them why the Notes app kept crashing my phone. But that's so cool, and it's so cool that you're doing something with so many women involved on the founding team and a female head of engineering, or I guess a femme. Come on, cancel coach, help me out here. What do I call it?
You have, ask.
Okay. Anyway.
Yes.
She's just like, yeah, keep going. You haven't fucked up that bad yet. So that's so cool. And fun fact about me, I think I told you, but I wrote all the curriculum for Girls Who Code, and I used to be an engineer. So this is something that's near and
so
dear
cool.
to my heart. It is cool, but also I quit, so it's sort of hard to explain to people. So here we are. No, but separately, the problem-solving skills that I learned doing computer science, so helpful. Truly so. Like, look, I couldn't have done this podcast by myself if I didn't have those skills.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many wires.
That's what you say to Mark Cuban, our Shark Tank. There's just so many wires.
So many wires.
You have
like
no fucking
everywhere.
idea. Then he'll be like, oh, okay, yeah. We'll fund this for sure.
That's true. We should say that.
We got to do our intros. This is it.
I was about to.
We're going to introduce ourselves, Anna, so that everyone knows who we are and how to refer to ourselves. You can list whatever information you feel that people at home should know about you, but you can also copy this format.
Okay.
I am Ashley Gavin. I am a cis, gay, white woman, she, her pronouns. I'm a comedian with a weekly show in New York City. Ooh, ooh. Every Sunday, Kate's on it.
Hey.
Come through, ashleygavin.com. And then, as always, the cancel coach to keep me from getting canceled. My umpire calling the balls and strikes so I can keep sliding into your home plate. It's Kate Sisk.
Hello, everybody. It's me, Kate Sis, the fat in the chat. How are ya? Let's see. Why do I struggle with this every time? We know why. It's painful. I'm a bisexual, lesbian, dyke, any pronouns because, okay.
You wrote in,
listeners wrote in about what my gender is.
Because Kate doesn't know.
Because I don't know.
What their gender is.
But other people know?
And other people
and we're
had
looking
a
for the
pretty
answer.
good one. Here's 3 that I liked. Somebody said Denise.
Denise is great.
I do not gravitate to this, but I appreciate
Do you
the
know
effort.
about Denise? Our fans call themselves Denise.
Tell me.
Yes. Well, that's really it. They just call themselves Denise.
Oh, okay.
Because Anna, in our podcast, we let the guests name the women that I talk about in my stories, and Denise keeps coming up.
Okay.
And so the fans call themselves
Well,
Denise.
then no wonder I gravitated to it.
Yeah.
It's just a gay name.
It's
I
just a
think.
gay name.
Somebody else said the gender,
The gender, yep.
which, wow, that's nice. I liked that.
Mm-hmm.
And then somebody else said using the men's locker room when you're the visiting team at a volleyball game. And this really feels very close to home.
Okay. That's great.
I'm like, they're putting my shin pads on, and I'm like, there's a urinal right there. What does that say about me? That I'm standing here next to a urinal and I'm putting my shin pads on for my girls' soccer game. Anyway, any pronouns.
That's actually happened to you?
Yeah, a lot of schools they the boys team will be like away while
So
the girls team is home.
yeah, so they use
you
the
just
locker
go to
room.
the other locker
Wow,
room.
the logistics of planning high school sports.
Give it up for the admins.
Give it up. Give it up for that weird lady who looks like a gym teacher, but she doesn't teach. She just stays in the office. What's
Honestly,
up, Barb?
that's Barb and Denise.
Barb and Denise.
Barb is the cute one. I like Barb.
Anna, do you mind introducing yourself?
Yeah, so I'm Anna. I'm co-founder of Lioness. I'm a woman. I'm a hetero woman. It started out hetero. The longer I've been at Lioness, the more research papers I read about sex satisfaction, the less hetero I'm feeling. So I don't know. Yeah, I'm Korean American, and I forgot what else I'm supposed to say.
Pronouns, whatever you
she,
want.
her.
This is very
Yeah.
good. You nailed
Okay,
it.
good.
That was fantastic.
Very good. Yes, we're going in on the soundboard. Cool. So I can do a computer science-y story. There is my legacy of TAing in the Bryn Mawr Computer Science Lab.
Nope.
What?
Nope.
No, we were all undergrads. We were all undergrads, and I didn't grade.
I forgot that you were like a freshman grading the older people.
Yeah.
I forgot that the
Oh.
power dynamic wasn't as dangerous as it just sounded when you said
There's that. I'm trying to think if there's like an MIT. So I was at MIT very briefly, and I wasn't out. Oh my God. I'll tell this story.
Yes.
I don't know where it's going. It doesn't have a beginning, a middle, or
I
an
knew you would
end.
stumble on
Perfect.
something.
That's a story.
So I've never seen a penis in real life.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't count the time, because I'm born and raised in New York, I don't count the times that I was flashed
Yeah, that doesn't
as
count.
like an 11-year-old,
Doesn't count.
right?
Right.
So I have never seen a penis in real life, and it just nagged at me that I had never seen one.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I was struggling. This is not like a particularly hilarious story, but this is what, and Anna, feel free to interrupt with thoughts, questions at any time.
Okay.
I was like, I don't know what it was, but I felt like the narrative of like, if you haven't tried it, you're not gay. Like I knew, or like, you don't know whether or not you're gay. Like
Yeah.
I knew that was not true, but there was still this like subconscious, deep learned behavior of like, well, I haven't seen one. I like need to see one.
Mm.
Also, from like an objective scientific perspective, the idea of an erection is just fascinating to me.
I agree. I mean, I think watching it from like going flaccid to like penises don't look great in the first place, but it's just a fascination thing. I would say it's just like watching it
Yeah.
Yeah.
do that.
Yeah. It's a shapeshifter.
Yeah.
It's interesting
It's
from a
very
scientific
interesting.
perspective.
Yeah.
And also, I think at the end of the day, I had this deep, weird self-loathing that I felt like until I understood this, like until I understood why this was so powerful in our society, I would be missing out on something. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Because like the
phallus.
the phallus is made out to be such a fucking big deal.
Yeah.
So I decided, I was with my girlfriend at the time and our two friends that also worked at MIT. And I was like, I want to see a penis. I don't want to ask a friend. I think my two friends were like, we're right here.
And you're like, nah, pass.
Yeah. I
No,
didn't
thank
want it to be
you.
a friend, but I also wanted to feel safe. So we were like, what should we do about this?
You're like, I want to make eye contact with a penis that belongs to someone I have never made actual eye contact
yes,
with.
yeah, exactly. So I
You
was,
need a glory hole.
I do need a glory hole.
I think it would be disappointing for the person on the other side.
Excuse me, can you get hard, please?
I'm ready. I'm looking at it straight in the eyes right now. I'm ready.
I am, in fact, sir, looking, or madam, or gentle dame, looking at your penis.
Like how far apart am I how far should I be from the glory hole? Should I like stand back? Should I go in?
It's 6 feet, I think, is the number that we've arrived at. 6 feet away. Are there any glory holes that allow me to be 6? I've never seen a glory hole.
I've actually not seen one in real life.
Yeah.
I don't know why you're saying that. Like, I would be shocked by that. Wow, Anna, really? You really seem like a glory hole person
How
to me.
dare you? I've never seen one before. Maybe people can DM us some bars that have it or something.
Yes,
I would
listener,
love to
write
know.
in. What is your favorite glory hole? And a good starter glory hole for me to just see a penis. Okay. So,
Starter glory hole.
it's just a very small glory hole that I can only see like a little bit of the flesh of. It's more of a window than a glory hole.
Oh man.
Okay. So we decide what's the safest, most objective way for me to find the person.
I know a safe way. You know when there's a solar eclipse and you're not supposed to look right at it? So you make the little box.
This is exactly my joke.
That's what you need.
I do. I need it so I don't get blinded. And so it doesn't burn my retinas. But that's so funny. I had
That's
that
so funny.
exact joke. Okay. So I decided, what's the best way to find the man for me? The safe dude that I can feel good about? Craigslist.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
I go on to Craigslist and I type out a post, lesbian seeks penis for educational purposes.
Oh my gosh, Ashley.
And I got hundreds of responses in a very, very small window of time.
Oh my gosh.
I did stupidly include that I would have my girlfriend there for safety reasons.
Oh my god.
Ashley, I think you ruined someone's day at Craigslist headquarters.
The alarms
Somebody
are going
had
off.
to replace a server. You just crashed. I know that you crashed Craigslist that
Craig
day.
Newmark, I've met him actually. I should get in touch. He's a board member at Girls Who Code.
Oh wow.
Not surprisingly,
great.
sort of a weird guy.
Are we surprised?
I mean, he's a very nice guy. He's kind, but Craigslist hasn't updated what their website looks like since 1995 or whenever it was established. So he's obviously an interesting human being.
Yeah.
But so I posted it. I got a ton of responses. And then I actually created this infographic this was my first attempt at trying to understand who I was going to be in the comedy world. I just decided to quit my job. I hadn't even moved home yet. And I made this infographic of a word cloud of all of the different things that we should pull it up. Let's pull it up.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, you still have it.
Here you go.
Oh my god. Okay, I thought I was a nerd about sex stuff, but that's next level.
Yeah.
It is next level.
I got their on average penis length was 7.5 inches. So obviously they were lying. Also, why are you
That's
telling
a
me?
lie.
I don't need I don't need it. You know what I mean? Fun fact, not a single responder claimed to have a penis less than 6 inches in length.
Really?
That is
Yeah.
a bold-faced lie.
See, if I was responding to this ad, if I had a penis like I do in my dreams, Okay, if I was born a cis guy, like I was in a parallel universe, and I was responding to this, if I really wanted to sell myself to the lesbian and her girlfriend who's there for safety, I would be like, I have a very small penis. It'd be very manageable and unintimidating.
That's very true. I
Yeah.
agree.
Right?
Yeah.
I'd be like, I'm a great start at 3.5. Good to meet you.
Also, a small Twinkie guy. You know what I mean? I would also...
Some twinks are hung, though.
Well, yeah, but... Oh, and then I made a random email generator based on the words that they sent me. Hi, I saw your post. 25 male willing to help. I am very interested. I hope you will inspect my penis. It's nice. I am a nice, normal guy. You can do anything to my penis. I don't mind. Hope your girlfriend watches. And then I also included all of the animals that men mentioned, including dogs, eagles, and cocks. So,
Eagles.
Spread eagle, I think, was...
Oh.
so
I love that the men seem to describe both their penises and themselves as nice.
Yeah, they're nice.
There was not a whole lot of other
Nice
adjectives
all around. Yeah, well, we're not talking So then I got mean, guys. Then I got mean. I sent a generic email back to everybody asking them to meet me at a mall wearing a red shirt. And
Are you serious?
yeah, my goal was to create an accidental flash mob.
Of guys whipping their dicks out.
What ended up happening was about 7 men went to the mall and just kind of, I felt really bad about it.
Yeah.
It was truly an unethical decision.
And I
may cut this.
The number that followed through does make it sad.
Yeah.
If like 150 dudes had showed up, hilarious,
Yes.
very funny.
Yes.
A bonding experience for all involved.
Yeah.
Maybe they see each other once every 3 years on a trip, you know? But 7 guys.
Yeah, it was rough.
Just and they'd
You
have
need
to
a
be
lot of-
so alert to be like, are these other guys?
Yeah.
They were probably like,
Yeah,
are
did
these
they-
other
you
guys
think
in the
they
red
knew?
shirt?
No, they didn't know. There weren't enough men.
Oh,
Oh, then it's not funny.
Then
But
it's not
it's
funny.
funny if it's like the Spider-Man meme, you know, where they're like
Yeah.
pointing at each other.
Yeah.
That would have been funny.
That is exactly what I wanted. The Spider-Man. But they didn't, because they were just like out of control, like thinking, I'm sure some of these guys really thought that we were going to have sex. Even though
You were
I
clear.
made it abundantly clear
yeah.
that I wouldn't touch it.
Wait, so when you were there looking at the 7,
Someone's listening to this podcast being like, you fucking bitch. I am that guy.
Why did you touch
there
it?
was no part of you when you were there that wanted to walk up to one of the 7 guys and
No,
be
I
like,
was-
I'd like to see it.
I was frightened.
Okay.
It was that moment when I realized truly that I was in the wrong career. I needed to be a comedian and I was hurting people because I wasn't one. I was like trying to make entertainment and like this weird call for help. This is obviously a weird call for help.
That it's a weird call for help.
I was like meant to do comedy.
You were using your computer powers literally for evil.
Right. Actually, Anna, maybe we should just be alerting you right now. There's something else going on. This isn't really about women's health. You need to do some internal examination.
No, she's
Yeah,
using her
that's true.
powers for good.
Yeah, she is.
Engineers gone wrong, you know?
Engineers gone wrong. That's the weirdest porn ever.
No one would watch it.
Engineers might. They might.
Maybe.
I don't know. Male engineers, they'll watch anything, I think. But yeah, and it was in that moment where I was like 100% sure that all I was looking for was some sort of weird. I had slept with women who then now identify as straight, and I had slept with women who had like expressed to me feeling like something was missing in the relationship because I wasn't a man. I'd been cheated on by women who slept with men. I was traumatized.
Yeah.
And I was just acting out my trauma on these poor dudes on Craigslist. And thankfully, they're probably fine.
Just got a pretzel and went home.
And Annie Ann's.
Yeah.
They were like, I was supposed to get my dick looked at,
But this cinnamon thing is tasty.
Yeah.
But like I feel like even though what I did was wrong, I felt like it was low risk for them. They just like lost a Saturday and felt rejected.
You did it on the weekend.
I mean, it's also Craigslist. Everyone knows.
That's what I was
Right,
going to say.
right.
There is some inherent risk that it will not happen.
Yeah.
So I do feel guilty about it, but I don't feel horrible.
Yeah.
And I never did anything like that again. I was very young. And I was like, what's going on is like an internal self-loathing homophobia and a fear of not being enough. And now I don't really have that fear so much anymore.
That's good.
Yeah. Shout out to Jen for fixing me. My ex-girlfriend. I'm okay. All right.
So many shout outs in this episode.
Shout out if you got stood up at the mall ever in your life. I see you. You are seen. And I'm so sorry on behalf of everybody who stood you up. I got a pro-gay breakup tip coming to you hot right now, listener. Are you haunted by the memory of a perfect woman? I sure am. So when I'm falling asleep at night, I don't need any extra added discomfort. I want to know that when I get in bed, I'm going to fall asleep quickly and not have to confront my demons about whether or not I'm going to end up alone for the rest of my life. And that's why Helix mattress is my preferred mattress, okay? This is a breakup proof mattress. I'm not tossing and turning, haunted by the thought of the woman I once had next to me. I'm asleep, and I'm asleep because you can take a personalized mattress quiz. This is dark shit. Whatever, this is the ad. You can go to helixsleep.com/gaysex, take a personalized mattress quiz. You put in what kind of sleeper you are, whether it's your back, your side, your stomach, whether you need to keep that mattress cool, whether or not you have back problems like I do, and it's going to come out with the perfect mattress for you with $200 off right now for you guys. That's $200 off at helixsleep.com/gaysex. They're throwing some free pillows in there. You don't have to add back pain on top of heart pain. Go to helixsleep.com/gaysex, take the quiz. If you don't like it, you have 100 days to try it. They will come and pick it up for you. You get a full refund and free pickup from them. What more could you possibly want? Anna, did you have gay sex this week?
Okay, I actually have a great story because I have to do a lot of Lioness experiments, and I just moved into a new place, and I was like setting up my like home camera security camera systems. I have one in my living room that I forgot about. So I've been trying to do one about DP because it's a really popular topic of like, do your anal muscles do the same thing as vaginal muscles while you're having an
DP?
Double penetration.
Double penetration. Wow, I feel like such a fucking loser. Head of engineering here is like, DP, let's talk about it. And I'm like, director of photography.
Okay, I've heard that one recently because someone's like, oh, he's a DP. And I was like in porn? And I got confused and I was like, oh, different.
You know how they have different... He only works in double penetration.
He's like, I will only be there if it's two penises and one.
He's like, I don't do back door. I'm the front door. My friend Joey, he's the back door.
We work together. We have a partnership. Don't try and split us up. Don't try and tear us apart.
Yes, exactly. So that's like a question I get all the time, and I was like, oh, I feel like a fraud if I don't do it myself and then show the data. So I was like doing it in my living room, and then like have like two lionesses
on yourself.
Yes, because it's the best. Who else?
Would you like duct tape one to the sofa? How did you do that?
You start with one. I put one in my vagina and then the one into my butt. So I like did the whole session, and then I took it out and I realized it didn't record. One of them didn't record the data. The same thing actually.
You're like weeping. You're weeping. So, you're like, I never wanted to do this. I only did it for science.
That's exactly. So I'm on the sofa on my knees, like you. And then the funnier thing is so now my phone alerts me that there's movement activity in my living room, and I realized it recorded the whole thing. And so there is a clip of me on the app where
oh my
I'm
God.
on my knees on the couch like this, like looking at two lionesses, being like, "What the fuck?" Like, and be like,
And there's like no audio, so like one day this footage will be unearthed and you're just absolutely wrecking yourself from behind.
Oh my God.
And then cursing the lionesses' names on the...
It's so funny.
It's like, you're like pulling the lioness out, you're like looking at like there's the video of me going like this and being like, what? Like, I don't understand. So I'm just saying, if there's ever a hacker out there in this world, they've definitely sold that onto some video website. So.
Wait, does this stuff go to the cloud? Because I don't think security camera... I feel like you should have the option with like a Nest or whatever it is that you're using that data can go to a server at home.
I mean, I feel like security camera stuff, it's like, it's always a little shady because like articles keep coming out that it's been like hacked or whatever, but it does go to the cloud. I mean, I just assume all data is just, I don't know, except Lioness data.
I'm doing my own. I'm gonna have a server in my apartment. Someone's gonna break into my apartment and try to steal my server now, but I'm not putting that shit on the cloud. No way.
You know, I'm imagining like we've a lot of talk of evil villains today, but I have this image of like an evil villain hacking Lioness and getting all the orgasm data so that he can seduce women, and then he finally like gets in the situation. He's like, I'm too lazy to do it.
He probably won't even know what he's looking at and being like, okay, what do I do with it now?
Right, you need a like a sidekick, like a little gremlin that can write code and read data. That's your gender.
A gremlin.
Little gremlin.
But I don't know how to write code or read data. I'm just a stupid gremlin.
Oh, wait, Anna, let me ask you a couple questions about the data because I
Okay.
think this is the most interesting thing. In some of your TikTok videos, you talk about some of the patterns that you see in orgasms. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yes. So that's like a really not talked about very often thing, but from a research study done in the 80s by, I'm blanking on his name, but so there's like 3 different types of patterns during an orgasm that you could have. So far what we've seen is that people don't jump from one pattern to a different pattern. You're kind of one pattern forever. But I'm hoping with more information and data out there, like maybe some people do jump. But so we call it the ocean wave, the avalanche, and the volcano. So the ocean wave is the most common one we've seen. So during an orgasm, your vaginal muscles or pelvic floor muscles will have a really rhythmic squeezing and relaxing. So it looks like an ocean wave.
Yeah.
It's like
I
a
think that's
pulsating.
what I am
That's me.
because I. Oh
We're
my
twins.
God, the twins! I should DP too. Okay. Because I watched the videos and I haven't read my data yet, but I have used it and I do like. And I've never used a rabbit style vibrator before. And I do need lube because my little dyke vagina like cannot handle fucking anything. I'm a little bitch.
Okay, but almost everybody needs lubricant.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good to know. But
Yeah.
I like when I want that like internal feeling, this is the only thing that I use because nothing else. Yeah, it's great. It's a good vibrator.
Nice.
And not sponsored. That is my actual opinion. And I think I'm the wave, but keep going.
Okay, so that's the ocean type.
Ocean,
and then
sorry.
Avalanche is so you have a force, like it starts really high, like a really high squeeze. And like the ocean wave, it's rhythmic of a pulsating, but it goes down in force over time. So it like relaxes as you go. And then your volcano type is like your classic movie type. I think it's how they display all women orgasming in movies is like a huge explosion of force and then like a huge drop down. I haven't seen that one as often. That one's a pretty rare one. But I think it's exactly why, like, I don't know, like, I remember when I was in college, somebody was like, my friend was like explaining her orgasm to me. And I was like, I think I'm doing it wrong. Like, that's not what mine feels like. And then I just had this whole crisis of like, did I ever have an orgasm in my life? And I'm pretty sure the reason is because we have 2 different types. So we were explaining it very differently. So, yeah, so far we haven't seen people say they jump from one type to, or seen the data that jumps from one type to another. But on my TikTok, all the comments are like, oh, some days I'm an avalanche. If I'm with this partner, I'm a volcano. So maybe I'm wrong. So I love to be proven wrong about it.
I trust the data. I don't trust people. You know me. Like I am like
You are a data person.
yeah, big time. I keep data on all my jokes. Like I write down
Do you?
yeah, laugh scores and I have stats that are important to me.
Ooh,
Yeah.
do you want to know a fun research fact I recently read?
Yes.
Did you know there's a study on like sexual satisfaction in relationships, and lesbians score higher on all sexual satisfaction things across the board. Like they did it on like lubrication, like do you use lubricants or do you have a sex toy and your partner knows about it? Like heterosexual relationships, people are like, oh, my partner doesn't know, or my partner knows and they don't like that I own one. But lesbians is like 100%. Everyone said my partner knows I have a vibrator and they love that I have a vibrator. So I was just like,
That's
God,
nice.
there's something like the data is just consistently proves like lesbians are having better sex.
We are the best people. And there's a reason why we are dominant in comedy, dominant in sports. I guarantee you so many of those VC women are like dykes. Whether or not they're like married to men, they're dykes. They're power women. They're in weird sexless marriage. They have like arrangements. You know what I'm talking about? When you meet like a super rich powerhouse woman, you're like, you don't fuck that guy.
Okay, wait. So you mentioned that it measures the anal muscles also working?
If you insert it anally. So we always say like any body can use it because if as long as it goes into a pelvic floor muscle hole, you can it records the same data.
Urethra?
So are there people Ashley?
I'd like to see you try and then report back. Can I put it on my TikTok?
The final frontier. The ureth.
Listener, do not try that.
Okay, here's my question. Can people who don't have prostates have like buttgasms? Or is it just like a vaginal orgasm through the wall?
Are you asking for a friend? Who are you asking for? Who's that for?
I don't know.
So I would say if you anatomically have a clitoris, because the clitoris is like an entire thing, right? Like you're only seeing the clitoris glands, so like
Yes.
all of it's internal.
My
So-
theory is it looks like the Loch Ness monster.
Yeah.
Oh, the little heart. It's like an upside down heart.
Yeah, with like the little neck of like a
we
Oh, I see
plesiosaur
what
or
you
whatever
mean.
called.
we have a saying here now, thanks to Kate. With clits, you go, it looks small, but actually there's so much clit here. And that's what we say. We know there is so much clit there.
Yeah, so I would say if you insert it anally, you could probably, even if you don't have a prostate, you could still be stimulating the clitoris. So it's definitely possible.
Interesting.
Yeah. So if you want to find your girl prostate, was that hurtful? It felt hurtful.
No, I don't. I think you were looking deeply, tenderly into my eyes while you said it, so I'm giving you a pass.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if people can see how intensely you're looking at each other. I feel like a fly in the wall right
You're getting too giggly.
Yeah,
We're so giggly.
I'm very giggly.
We have too much fun. Okay. And then the last thing I wanted to ask you, if you're
Yeah.
open to talking about it, and you do not have to, but you were saying that the longer you work at this company about vulva having, or not vulva, just largely
whole having.
whole having,
whole having.
but largely AFAB, a woman-driven company, if that's okay to say. You've been questioning you're like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Why is that?
Okay, I think it's multiple things. So I grew up.
Is it Denise in HR?
It's actually Barb. I think it's especially like I grew up in a super conservative religious Korean family. So one, we never talked about sex. Two, I tell people all the time, like I was scared in my own body till I was in my like mid 20s. Like
Wow.
I like with my partners, like didn't talk about it. Like I was faking orgasms because I didn't want to like explain what I liked and didn't like. And
Wow.
I think because of Lioness, the cool thing has been that like even when we started the company and I had to do interviews, like I was so scared to be like talking about orgasms or clitoris. Like it was such a scary thing for me to do. So as I've gotten more comfortable, like this has been like a 6-year journey for myself too, of like exploring and like putting out TikToks of like, oh, I'm gonna try like alcohol and sex, and I wanted to post my orgasms and let everyone see it. I think definitely a factor of just like the more explorations and like just being comfortable with my own body. And I think like honestly, I swear, like reading a lot of research papers, it's just consistently, right? Like bisexual people, lesbians, like always have consistently better sexual satisfaction. And sometimes the questions you get from, I think sometimes like heterosexual, like cisgender men of just, you know, like, cause we work on a sex toy company, we get a lot of questions and sometimes they're like shitty questions. And then you kind of, it's like in one ear out the other. And so there's like times where you're just like, man, like men suck. Like, I just, like, it's that kind of over it. And so I think it's just a mix of like, being more comfortable with my own body and like the openness to like explore. And I think just feeling more comfortable. And I think it's become kind of a thing of like, how do you know? Like, how does anyone know if you've never like opened yourself up to feeling comfortable about yourself?
How do you know that you're totally gay unless you've looked at a penis via Craigslist?
That's why people are going to DM us the glory hole options we have.
To make sure that I'm not straight. That's what I'm taking away from your comments, Anna.
Like, how do you know?
No, but I think the more that I talk on this podcast, the more comfortable I get with literally everything. And I do think that self-exploration projects, for you, it's your entire company, and I hope you make bajillions of dollars. But for me, it's this podcast. And for some people, it's listening to this podcast or like watching your TikToks and just looking at photos of Kate, trying to understand who they are, you know?
Yeah, just seeing my haircut evolve over time. That's definitely exploration.
Oh my god. But like, yeah, and I think it takes time, but it can be a really healthy, amazing. I am like, before this podcast, I would go on dates and like out loud. I said to Jen, I was like, I'm the boyfriend. I said that to her.
Oh my gosh.
And I would never say that today. I would never say that today. Ever. You know what?
Yeah.
That was so stupid.
Yeah.
There is
It's
something
all growing opportunities for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah.
just the act of talking about these things can really help you, listener. If you you can talk back to the podcast, I guess. I don't know. Oh, we have a Discord. We have a great Discord where we have these conversations all the time, and the link is available all over my stuff. Or just DM me if you can't find it. That was wonderful. Thank you.
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
And a great note to end on. I feel a wave in my vulva right now. An ocean.
Oh.
Maybe a
we should
volcano.
all
Who
have
knows?
lionesses and then just, have the data from this entire conversation.
The whole time I've had my lioness inside my asshole. And we're like, this conversation was actually a volcano. We did it, guys.
Yeah, we did it together.
Individually, they're all different, but somehow all together they are a volcano. That was wonderful. Thank you. Do you have time? We can go to Kate?
Yeah, please.
Okay. Kate,
Yes.
did you have gay sex this week?
Okay, on the subject of self-exploration, I kind of tested my boundaries a little bit this week.
Yeah?
I do not watch pornography. I don't like it. I don't like naked bodies of people I don't know. Or even people that I do know. I don't
Chelsea,
I
I'm
should
so
specify-
sorry.
I should specify. People with boobs can walk around. It doesn't make me uncomfortable. And I think mooning is very funny.
Mooning's hysterical.
Because I was born in the 1990s. But like genitals specifically can like, there's no specific reason why, but it just makes me feel very,
You don't like to see genitals of people you don't know.
yeah,
But
And
my
I think-
genitals would be fine.
no.
Oh, okay.
Or even people I do, like locker rooms have been a very stressful situation for me. I'm trying to think of another, like even when I was single, I think I held off from hooking up with more people because I didn't,
Do you think
I
that
wasn't
that
ready
was
to
a
be naked with
projection?
them. No, I think it's
You
just kind of
really
something about
privacy-
me.
Yeah, okay.
Like when you mentioned like
It's very intimate.
you were casually mentioned getting like flashed at 11. That would just like that has ruined me at 27.
That's so funny because
Mm.
I know that that's like different for everybody, but I don't know if it's like from growing up in New York or just like
Probably.
my family naked time was just like totally fine. My whole
Okay.
family would like just walk around naked.
We had great family naked time.
I want to say same, but
Like I remember begging my parents. It was a really rainy day, but it was rainy while there was a like rainbow, and I was like, "Can I run around the backyard naked?" We lived like right next to the woods, and I remember them being like, "Yeah, go ahead, but wear shoes so you don't step on anything sharp." So I just went streaking in the rain in my backyard in my sneakers.
And that is how you came out. Wait, Anna, you were gonna say something.
no, I was just saying. I feel like same because I like a lot of Korean families. We go to like the sauna together, and so everyone's like naked, and then you like scrub each other's back. So I've
Yeah.
always been very like family naked time in the weirdest way that sounds. Is like it felt normal.
Yeah. But so
Yeah.
just like, I don't know. I just have a trepidation about seeing people naked. So porn for me is not a fun thing.
Right.
And
Mhm,
I tried in the past and I was like, no, I think I'll just watch compilations of all the couples on the L Word kissing. Like, that's much safer for me.
Have
So-
you tried like audio like erotica?
No,
That's a
interesting.
great suggestion. Dipsy. We've had a guest, Medina Monroe, is one of the artists, the voice artists.
It wouldn't be visually upsetting, but it could
Mhm.
still be erotic. Because I like there have been sex scenes in books where I'm like, oh, this is fun.
Gay.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, I'm so sorry.
Anyway, I have tried to watch porn. I have not liked it. But the other day, through this combination of feeling dysphoric and horny, I was like, I want to watch a guy jack off. So I went on Twitter
Okay.
because everyone says that porn like is fake or whatever. So I was like, I just want to find a random guy
Oh,
on
you
the
want to
internet.
find a real guy?
A real guy really jacking
Mm.
off and putting it out on the internet of his own volition to be like, look at me, I'm jacking off.
No one paid him to do this.
Right.
He was
He's-
just
he was
honestly
being-
really depressed, having a very bad day. Needed some validation.
And so was I, and we were going to be in that together.
Twitter bonding people. Yeah. Mhm.
But because I don't know how to do this, I was just in the Twitter search bar typing in like porn, penis, jacking off. It's not it doesn't bring you the stuff as quickly
I
as
feel like
would
you
think.
need to know the people. And
Yeah.
I don't know anything about Twitter porn, but I know that it exists and there are people, and you need to know the people.
Yeah. Okay. So I eventually found this one page
Anna's
that was
nodding
like,
she knows the people, so maybe we can.
I'll send you the list later. I'm just kidding.
it was
Got one of those Twitter lists. the penis porn people.
Why? Twitter's suggesting me all kinds of things. They're like things you might like. Put a penis there just once.
I would very much like a penis.
I personally would like to have a penis. Can you do this for me, Jack at Twitter? Anyway.
Jack Dorsey also on the Girls Who Code board.
God.
We should get in touch with them.
No.
The two of you need to solve this problem. Somewhere between Craigslist and Twitter, there is a penis for Kate. Work on it.
Anyway, I found this page that was like links to videos elsewhere, and I like clicked on one of them, and I realized very quickly that it was Pornhub, and I was like, this is going to be devastating for me because the ads are always popping up, and I know I'm about to see something that I don't want to see. So as I'm feeling this like regret, the ad pops up, and it is just text, and it says, "Wanna jack off with other dudes?" And I was like, oh my god, other dudes? And I felt so affirmed by this text-only ad that I was like, I don't need to watch a guy jack off.
I'm a guy jacking off.
I'm a guy jacking off.
Who, me?
So I didn't even watch the porn.
You're like looking around behind you. Like, is there another dude in here? You didn't even need to watch the porn.
No.
Good for you.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That's a great story. Great
you.
story, Kate.
Thank you.
Did we say Finger Blast from the Past? That was such a
I
great...
think we did.
Did we get it on? We're calling now our stories from the past Finger Blasts from the Past.
I love it.
At the end of every episode, you can do your butt plugs. So where can people find you? What do you want to butt plug today, Anna?
Oh, good question. So my TikTok is Anna the Average. My Instagram is Anna is Average. And then our Lioness Instagram is Lioness Health.
I was really hoping that the Lioness Instagram was going to be like, Lioness vibrators are average.
Average.
But they are not. They are excellent. Such a cool female-founded company. I feel weird saying that. Femme-founded, AFAB-founded. What do you say now to be more gender inclusive? I mean, I guess everyone is cis.
So we say women-founded sex tech company for people with vaginas.
There you go.
There
But
it is.
anybody, honestly, really. So
Yeah, it's for buttholes too. So you don't even need a vagina. And we all have buttholes, unless you've got something going on and write in. I'm interested to hear about that.
wait, can I say a semi-rant? But so we tried to do bus ads in San Francisco, and we wanted to put for people with vaginas, and they're like, you can't put the word vaginas, and they're like, can you put the word women? And we're like, we don't want to put the word women, and we had this whole back and forth.
I can't believe in San Francisco they weren't on your side about that.
Oh my God, San Francisco sometimes the worst.
I feel like they would be the first
could
people.
Could you do like sex toys for front butts?
We can't even say the word sex toys.
Oh no.
And they made this rule that the vibrator, if we want to show it on the ad, you can only show 1/3 of it, but you can choose what 1/3 of the vibrator you want. It was just a whole mess.
The middle.
Yeah.
So you can see that it's the rabbit style.
I don't know. What 1/3 do we want on camera right now?
The middle.
It's true.
Yeah, see? You know what it is. You know what it
Yes.
is.
My cat is sniffing it.
Ooh.
He does not look pleased. Anna, thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, this was so fun.
The finger blast became a rant corner. I love it.
I
We
loved
just
it.
Totally
I loved
went
it.
off. We did your butt plugs. Anything else? We're good. Oh
No.
lionesshealth.com. What's the website?
Oh yeah, we're lioness.io for the website. The Lioness Health is, I think, every social media, whatever platform. I would love to give discounts. Yeah, and just not sponsored, but it's just as a thank you to all of you and everyone. So
Yeah, we love to. You are also. Whenever I have non-entertainment people, I get a little nervous, but I was never nervous talking to you because I was like,
I'm so glad.
yeah, and you did really, really well. You were
Fantastic,
really funny.
hilarious story.
Thank
Yeah, such a
you.
good story with the DP and so open, no pun intended, sharing that with us.
Oh, it's so good. My mom's gonna be really proud of me.
What's up, guys? A little gay thought to cap off this episode. You can probably hear in my voice. I am down. I'm down. I am. Breakups are hard. I am not a good ex. That sounds ominous. I don't think I'm a terrible ex, but I have a hard time not keeping in touch and being jealous and stewing. The gay thought that often goes through my head after a breakup is, well, there's just not enough gay people. There's just not enough gay people. I'm done. I've met them all. I have met all the gay people, and none of them will ever be adequate because I've met them. I know. I've checked them off the list. One time when I was really down about a breakup, I scrolled to the bottom of OkCupid. This was a while ago, but yeah, we've all been there. We're swiping. We run out. We grab the Ben & Jerry's and we just go to town. I think it's especially, I mean, like, maybe I'm biased and I wonder if straight men might feel this way if they've dated bisexual women, but it's hard not to worry about the other gender that, you know what I mean? And this is not to invoke biphobia, which I think is total bullshit. I don't like when lesbians or anybody use biphobia as like a cover-up of their own insecurities. So instead, I'm just going to talk about those insecurities. And you get worried. You're like, oh, like, do they like this gender better? I'll probably cut this. You get worried. You like, it's hard not to compare yourself to anyone's new significant other. And then you add in gender. You know, that throws you. Think about men like grabbing objects off of high shelves and picking up heavy things. Like, oh, I couldn't do that for her. I couldn't pick up that. If I'd just been able to pick up that bag, this whole thing would have worked. If I could have just carried that luggage, she'd be with me today. Okay, this was sort of self-therapy, I guess. I'm a fucking idiot. I hope Jen's not listening to this. Shout out, Jen. Turn this off. It's not healthy. It's not healthy. Don't do it. Get out of here. I still love you. And for the next 2 weeks, Cool Hand Movers, a moving company in New York, you can get 10% off there. Go check them out. Cool Hand Movers. If you are a We're Having Gay Sex listener, they'll give you that discount. They are matching Patreon donations and donating them to QDEP, the Queer Detainee Empowerment Project. Amazing project, qdep.org. Go check them out. Patreon.com/WHGS. And these are some of the donors that make this podcast possible. As you know, we make the vast majority of our money from Patreon, and we have close to $2,000 of monthly expenses, which is a lot. So please consider donating $1 or $5. You get a lot of cool perks. I'm babbling, and I am babbling. Okay, here we go. Shout out time. On TikTok, we have Shay.Amecia. That's SHAE.AMECIA. On Instagram, we have Chef. On Instagram, we have _Chef Tia _. On Instagram, we have _social _lifter. On Instagram, we have Allison _Toby, and that's with an E. On Instagram, we have Jamie.E.Marks. On Instagram, we have Your Fave Lesbo. On Instagram, we have Mess Life Bike Life. On Instagram, we have Mara Savannah GS. On Instagram, we have Lala Kogan. On Instagram, we have Emily Fiola. On Instagram, we have Lexa Prosody. On TikTok, we have Killer941 Zombie. On Instagram, we have Morgan _Michelle, MACHIELE. On Instagram, we have Kelly is a Brennan. On Twitter, we have C Natty Light. On Instagram, we have Leah627. On TikTok, we have your local _Lesbo. On Twitter, we have effing Laura. On Instagram, we have Chris _Flowers. That's Chris with a K and a Y. On Instagram, we have Melanie Makila, MAKILA. On Instagram, we have Spencer, LAJOYE. On Instagram, we have Amanda V. Hughes. On Twitter, we have 2121 Bethany. On Instagram, we have Caitlin Grant. That's Caitlin with a K. On Instagram, we have Paige _Weimer101, WEIMER. And finally, we have HannahMaria.jpg on Instagram. Thank you guys so much. You make the pod possible. We love you. I couldn't do this without you. I don't know what else to say. Have a great week, guys.